For one story in the countdown, Governor Sarah Palin's political machine, if you can call it that, may have taken a hit due to some simple and candid remarks while Louisiana Senator David Vitter of D.C. Madam infamy reportedly engaged in an airport freakout that reeks of both arrogance and cowardice at the same time. You may recall Governor Palin managed to bring more attention to her daughter Bristol's unexpected pregnancy by going into the Republican National Convention spreading the news that her daughter would marry the boyfriend, Levi Johnston. The young couple was even trotted out for public viewing. But Johnston's sister, Mercedes, has told Star magazine that her brother and Bristol broke up more than a month ago and that he rarely gets to see his newborn son. People magazine, the Associated Press, Access Hollywood confirming the split, though we've yet to hear from OK magazine. All of it would be nobody's business if the governor had not tried so hard to insist on publicizing domestic bliss. Meanwhile, Senator Vitter of D.C. Madam infamy unleashed a tirade when he missed a flight last Thursday from Washington to New Orleans. According to a tipster describing the incident to roll call, showing up 20 minutes before departure, Vitter found the gate closed, so he opened it, setting off a security alarm. The senator then reportedly got into a "don't you know who I am" argument with an airline worker. When that employee threatened to call police, Vitter initially welcomed the idea, perhaps thinking that would provide a better person with whom to pull rank. But when the employee actually left to fetch a security guard, Senator Vitter reportedly fled the scene. No videotape of this incident, unfortunately, exists, but use your imagination. Rough translation, don't you know who I am? Let's bring in comedian Christian Finnegan, headlining at Comics Comedy Club in New York City this Friday and Saturday night. Christian, good evening.
Oh, thanks, Keith. And that video never gets old.
Indeed, especially if you sort of see Senator Vitter in it, maybe wearing a wig of that hairstyle. A quote from Senator Vitter on this: "After being delayed on the Senate floor, ensuring a vote on my anti-pay raise amendment, and in a rush to make my flight home for town hall meetings the next day, I accidentally went through a wrong door at the gate. I did have a conversation with an airline employee, but it was certainly not like this silly gossip column made it out to be." Would you like to parse the senator's explanation for us?
Well, this is good spin. I think he should have taken it even further. Like, yes, I was late for my flight because I was introducing a bill to Congress to outlaw murder. Do you like murder? Because I, Senator David Vitter, do not. And yes, I was upset that I missed the town meetings, but do you know what the town meetings were about? Puppies. And not just puppies, Shar-Pei puppies with their squinty little faces. But apparently Mr. Airplane Driver had a problem with that.
And he didn't mention, the other nice thing about this statement was he never used the words brothel or prostitute in there, so that probably worked to his advantage. He's apparently a paragon of credibility, except this one exception being when his name showed up in the phone records of the D.C. Madam in 2007. Is there a reason we shouldn't take him at his word?
I think we should absolutely take him at his word. This tirade was completely a result of Senator Vitter's desire to be a good public servant. It had nothing to do with Mistress Shandy's strict 24-hour cancellation policy.
Let's switch over to Governor Palin here. By the time that she revs up her 2012 presidential campaign, do you think she'll have learned her lesson and stop trying to apply, the proverbial public Band-Aid to what is a messy little family issue? If the daughter is preggers, just let her stay off stage, right?
Keith, I was extremely relieved when Obama and Biden took the White House, but no one in America was more relieved than Bristol Palin and Levi Johnston. I mean, can you imagine the pressure they've been under now? They can relax a little. Bristol can live her life openly. Levi can grow his mullet back. Everybody goes home happy.
The governor, though, to be fair, has been off the radar lately. At least she's sort of staying out of the picture. Is she staying out of the picture because she knew this was happening, or is she staying out of the picture to get out of the way of the Michael Steele, Boss Limbaugh, Newt Gingrich, John McCain, GOP self-immolation series?
Keith, how familiar are you with the film Highlander?
Not really.
Not a late 80s third-tier action hero, Christopher Lambert. Sean Connery is a Scottish conquistador.
No Sean Connery unless he's doing an impression of me.
Sadly, no. Well, if you did, you would know that there can only be one. This is basically a big battle royal, and they're all cutting themselves off at the knees, heads rolling around, and then Sarah Palin's keeping a low profile until she can emerge in 2012, otherwise known as the quickening.
One last note, we have to go back to the Vitter story. The Hotline website is reporting that the TSA is now investigating Senator Vitter and the incident of the doorway at the gate. So he's under another investigation. I guess he's familiar with that, huh?
Well, listen, I understand why he took off. I mean, how many times have I been on the phone with the credit card company debating a fraudulent charge, and then all of a sudden I realized that I did buy that vintage Welcome Back Hotter lunchbox, and I'm like, I need to speak to your supervisor. Click. That's how it works.
Comedian Christian Finnegan, you can catch him this weekend at the Comedy Club. Comedy Club. Go to the Comedy Club, and if you can't get in, then go to the Comedy Club.
Not bad,
in
the
New
Comedy
York.
Club.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you, sir. That's Countdown for this, the 2,132nd day since the previous president declared mission accomplished in Iraq. I'm Keith Olbermann from Tampa. Good night and good luck.